This one is just should be a quick inducer motor change out. I'll see if I can get some recording of it. I think it's on a newer Luxaire furnace. I think the inducer's still under warranty, so it's going to be kind of a real quick change out. See if we can get the footage on it. Just to kind of, I'll see if I can do real time on it. And shouldn't be that bad. Let's see what we can do. Okay, let's get this thing changed out here. Gas lines in there. Yellow in there. I don't think that should be in there. Let me pause this. Okay, so now if you look, this was replaced. This used to be clear. Okay, and my part number is 843669. It says in the instructions that if that part number falls within this table, I do not need a restrictor plate. Well, other technician put the restrictor plate in, so then it makes a whistling noise. So I don't have to put a restrictor plate on this one. You got to read the instructions. So let me get this put back on. The wires back up. Oh, great, lost the screw. That was fast. This goes over here. This goes over here.
You want to go turn the thermostat up?
Turn from here?
The thermostat.
Thermostat?
Yeah, upstairs.
Okay, so when you replace these boxes on these units, these collector boxes, you got to pay attention to the inducer motor if it has a restrictor plate. Like it says here, check part number on condensate pan. If condensate pan number is listed in table 1 below, you do not need restrictor. So I'm listed here. So we'll get it started up and go from there. I tried to get some real-time footage on that one. I did. As you've seen, I had a problem with the gas line there. Where that gas line was right in the way of one of the screws, and I had to pull the gas manifold off. But I actually called my office to find out what happened with this call. So we went out, we had a leaky collector box, bad inducer motor. So ordered parts, another technician went out and not reading the instructions. You know, I would have did the same thing, and I've done the same thing before with that exact same type of furnace, where we replaced the collector box and not reading the instructions, you put the inlet choke on there and you put it all back together and it makes a horrible whistling noise. That's what was happening with this. And when I took it off and I seen the choke, and I'm, you know, just because I've done that repair before, I took it off and seen the choke, I'm like, oh, and that's why I showed the camera, okay, here's our issue. So as soon as I put the new motor on without the choke, quieted it right down. Probably that old motor, or the one we just replaced, probably started making noise. It was probably the bearings were shot on it after a week or so, and just because it was choked off. So keep in mind when you're working, that was a York furnace or a Luxaire. Keep in mind when you're replacing those collector boxes, because those collector boxes used to be clear. You could see through them. And for some reason, they were under recall. So every time we run into those, you'll see them out in the field. I don't see too many of them, but I see them out in the field. When you run across those boxes, usually they have small cracks in them, and just replace them. They're under, I think, they're under either a manufacturer's recall or extended warranty. And that's on the Lux, York. I think it might have been marketed under a Unitary Products. They're all York brand. So when you see that and you got to replace that collector box, look at the back of that inducer motor for the choke. If you see the choke in there, you got to take it out, because and it's also right there in the instructions, and I showed you that, okay, if you have this collector box, you do not need the choke, because the choke is already pre-molded into the collector box. On the old collector boxes, they had a big, huge hole in them, and you had to use the choke depending on what BTU furnace. So this turned out to be a pretty good video. Just to kind of, show you, when you're replacing parts, make sure you read the instructions. I think I ran into this in another video just a few days ago with something that was installed back 1998 or 2002, where they didn't read the instructions and they put one wrong pipe in the wrong area, which didn't really affect the operation. It's just like, it's lack of reading instructions. So, hope you like this one. Like and subscribe. You guys been commenting. I love the comments. I don't have any guys, really giving me any bad comments, which is good. Like that. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. Just trying a new format, trying to get myself on video. A lot of guys around the country, they do that, so I thought I'd give it a try, see how it works out. So keep the comments coming, like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.